Even though we are in the thick of winter, our minds are already drifting towards sunlit summer escapes and adventures far from the cold.
Yeah, but when you're traveling with kids, those long car rides and flights can quickly turn fun into frustration.
Well, luckily, family travel expert Amanda Emmerling is here to make sure every mile is as fun as the destination. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. So for a family that's maybe new to traveling with kids, what are the most important things to remember just to make it easier?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the biggest thing is like give yourself grace. Like it is not always easy. It's not gonna always go smooth and perfect, but you're making memories, good and bad. You have things to go, to laugh at if things go wrong. Yeah, I think that's honestly the biggest thing, taking breaks, not trying to overdo it. Trying to keep some routines that you have at home. So yeah, there's my daughter.
Well, this is in Paris.
Daughter. Yes,
you took your family to Paris.
This is in Paris,
and
honestly, that trip is exactly what I've been talking about. We had amazing moments. We had some that went really wrong. We learned from them. The funniest thing, so there was a windstorm whenever we were taking family pictures, and my daughter was just like not having it. Like it got cold on that trip. She decided she hates weather, she hates layers, and but we still had an amazing time. We had great moments. I learned not to take my kids to a museum before dinner because they were hungry. She was cranky. She, we went to see the Mona Lisa at the Louvre, and she is screaming through the museum, "I don't want to see the Mona Lisa."
You know what? There are some adults that might be
I know, but don't let that prevent you from doing it again. Just do it a little differently. Don't go to a museum before dinner time.
Oh, there you go. You learn along the way.
Yes,
I have a 17-month-year-old, and when he was 3 months, we took a road trip to Virginia Beach to see my grandmother.
Yes.
And the amount of times that we had to stop, I can't even count. It probably was at least 10. So do you have any tips for long car rides, and also if you're flying for the first time with a young person?
Yeah, long car rides. Oh my gosh, my oldest did us in. We realized he got car sick, so that was a lot of learning lessons from there. But taking breaks, try to take breaks at places where they can like run around, get their energy out, look on the map, try to find, there's a lot of good like rest stops that have play areas, or try to find a playground. There's my my daughter. But yeah, so I think taking breaks and having things to keep them entertained. Honestly, snacks are the biggest thing wherever you're going. You don't know if you're going to be stuck in traffic, in a delay. And then I think with flights, again, like giving them time in the airport to get their wiggles out. We have a great little play area in Concourse, I think it's Concourse C at the Pitt Airport. Finding like a sort of empty area where they can run around. I think my daughter in that picture was eating a lollipop. The biggest reason why I feel like you hear kids scream on an airplane is because their ears, they don't know how to relieve the pressure.
They can't talk to you.
Yeah, so when their babies like bottle or a binky, as they get older, lollipops, things they can chew to kind of like relieve that pressure. That's always the big thing. And again, snacks. You don't know when you're gonna have delays or anything like that. So
let's talk about Disney World, because you think you're taking for your kids, but it can be stressful too, right?
Yeah.
What's your best tip?
I mean, I'm biased as a travel agent. I would say use a travel agent. The rules are changing. If you still think that Disney has fast passes, that is a reason for you to use a travel agent. Not saying it needs to be me, but go through referrals. That's the best source to find someone that you trust and that can help you kind of through all the changes. It's not just about like booking the resort and getting your tickets. There's so much planning that goes into it. And trying to, again, breaks, like that will be my biggest thing regardless of what you do. Try to have a break day in there or take a midday break, because a lot of times you see kids in the park that are like overwhelmed or crying. It's because they've been trying to push themselves through the whole day and overstimulated, and there's so much fun to be had, but also it's overwhelming. So breaks, honestly, that's my biggest tip.
And no more fast passes.
I know.
I was so out of the loop. Also, what are some like really popular destinations where families can go that are really family friendly?
Yeah, I mean, like Florida beaches will always be a popular one, I feel like, from here, and places where we can get nonstop flights. But families are taking bigger trips, I think, since the pandemic and things have been shifting. All-inclusives are like an easy vacation with kids because you have unlimited snacks, food, you're not making your meals. Cruises, we love cruises. Disney cruises are amazing. We've done Royal Caribbean when my son was younger. Cruises all-inclusives are both great for multifamily trips too. So bringing the grandparents, the aunts and uncles, and it's easy that everyone has their own space, but also you can all be together.
And make those memories together.
Yeah. So those are kind of the big ones. I think people have been planning bigger trips in the past couple years. Yeah.
This idea. Thank you so much.
This is
I
awesome.
learned a lot.
Thanks,
Thank
Amanda.
you for having me.
All right, Amanda has lots of tips and advice on traveling with kids on her blog, Toddler Traveler. She also has information about kid-friendly places right here in Pittsburgh.
And you can find a link on our website, pittsburghtodaylive.com.